Hi guys, how's it going everyone? It's Carrie. I've been AWOL for a while, but whatever, let's just move on. So, I was at a retreat last week and I wanted to show you a few things, both that I worked on and that I got shopping, because of course I went to a thrift store. There's a Family Pathways thrift store on the way to this retreat. Actually, there's like 3 of them, but I have a favorite one. And so I stopped there and looked to see what I could find. And the first thing that caught my eye was a toddler shirt. I went in there looking for jeans for me, which I did not find, but this caught my eye and I thought, hey, it would be fun to use that. You know, it was a toddler shirt, so it was like that big. So this was in the center of it. And I thought it would look cool just on one of my shirts as a neat patch. And so I did. And it worked pretty well. I really like how it came out. It's embroidery, and that's why I like it. And it did have some kind of stabilizer on the back of it, but I put some more. I put some Heat and Bond Light on it and used that to iron it onto the shirt, and then I hand stitched the blanket stitch around it. But yeah, the Heat and Bond Light actually worked really well. I was afraid it wouldn't stick to the other stabilizer that was on there, but it did. It worked really well, and it actually helped kind of flatten out the fabric, so that was good too. So yeah, so that was the first thing that I did was at my retreat, is I worked on this new patch for my pink shirt. So that was really fun. Now, once I found that patch in the store, it made me want to look for other embroidery on little kids' clothes so that I could use it similarly. And I did find some things. Actually, I found a bunch of things, and then I realized I was going kind of nuts and had to narrow it down. But I got a few things. Now, this one was not embroidered, but I liked it anyway, so I bought it. It was a little camo shirt, and I think it had like Daddy's Sunshine on it, so of course I didn't use Daddy's. That would be kind of weird. But I liked the sunshine, so I did the same thing. I cut it out in the shape I wanted, and then put some Heat and Bond Light on the back, and ironed it on, and then blanket stitch around it. And it's really easy to sew through the Heat and Bond Light. Now, if you get the regular, or whatever the other one is called, Heat and Bond Heavy, or I don't remember because I've never used it, you cannot sew through that with the machine or hand needle. So don't get that if you want to do something like this. It is great for ironing stuff on. For, it's not super strong. I don't think it would hold by itself, but it works great for placing something, keeping it in place until you can sew it. So that's what I did with this one, and now I have some sunshiny pants. And these pants I actually also bought at the thrift store, and they already had all these patches on them, and they're all denim like this, and this had threads across it, not the gold threads, but just the original threads of the pants. And so I cut that off, and I'm gonna do some kind of embroidery on all of these patches because it does have a lot. I did do this one, not on this retreat, but I think it was a previous retreat I went on, so not too long ago. And I think I'm going to add a couple flowers or something in there. It looks a little bare with just one green sprig. But yeah, I'm happy with how these pants are shaping up. I really like personalizing my clothing if I can with upcycling. And this was the shirt that the pirate girl came off of, and I mean, it's nice tie-dye. It's nice and dark, really bright. I mean, dark as in intense colors, not faded. Because I have a couple of tie-dye shirts that I made, and the colors really have faded quite a bit from when I first did it. But I like the intensity of these colors, so I'll probably use some more pieces of this shirt for other things, maybe for a lining on something, like a little bag or something like that. So I'll still use more of that, upcycle more of it. And then a few other things I got. This one again is not, and these are super cheap. I mean, it's toddler clothing, so it's like $1.50 for most of these. So good deal. This is another like iron-on, like the sunshine. So it's not embroidered, but I mean, it's happy and it's sparkly and pink. So how could I resist? So I got to find something to put that on. Probably some other jeans, I think. And then this one I love because I love owls, as you probably know if you've watched me at all. And I could not resist this one. So I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, but somewhere special because I love those little owls. And I don't know, I might use the whole thing on one piece, or I might cut it up into 3 separate owls and make 3 other pieces of clothing cheerful with owls. I might do that. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. I also found some jeans, toddler size jeans. Okay, so I found several pairs of jeans that are so cute. They're so tiny. But what I like about it is this, the embroidery border around the legs. This could almost be like a bracelet for me or a cuff, you know. That might work. But whatever I use it for, I am going to use that border. No pockets on this one. But, you know, I love using denim patches. And I think I want to make like a denim, I don't know, blanket. Not too big because then it'll be really heavy, but that just really appeals to me, putting a bunch of different color, different shades of denim together like that on a piece. But anyway, I want to use the border on that. And I found a couple more pairs with other cute borders like this one. And this one has cute little pockets too. I'll definitely use those. I love those. Okay. And then this one, a pair of shorts. It does have cute pockets that I will probably use. And maybe this painted, I think it's painted, I don't know. These patches that have the white, it looks bleached actually. Maybe it's like a stencil. I don't know. But the main thing that caught my eye in these pants was this on the inside. This embroidery is super cool. It kind of reminds me of, oh, now his name just flew out of my head. Ed something. You know, that does all the designs that look like tattoos. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So I will use that on something. And then these are not jeans, but they're more pants with a cute border. So I will use that. And then I think, let's see. Oh, here's the camo shirt. Yeah, it does say daddies. Yeah, so I might use, probably not the daddies, but I might use this camo fabric for something else. Again, maybe a lining. That would be cool. And then this just caught my eye. It's not a toddler shirt. It's still a kid's size, but I love the lace and the color is really eye-catching. So I thought I could cut up this lace and use it in things, probably several things. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love this fabric. I love the color of the plaid. It's so much fun. It actually looks like a little Scottish kilt, I think. And I mean, for $3 for all that fabric, I mean, that's a lot. Oh, hey, there's some shorts in here too. I don't know if I'll use those, but they could be a lining. I could use this for like a little bag, and then this for the lining on the inside since it matches so well. I don't know, but I love the color, so that's why I bought that one. Okay, so that is all the kids' clothes from the thrift store. And then, okay, I got this. It is a placemat, I think. And it's a nice colors, kind of fall vibe going on. And it seems like it's reversible. If it's not, it looks like it is. So I got this for 50 cents to challenge myself to make like a little purse out of it. Just a little kind of an envelope type bag. So that's what I'm going to do with that 50 center. I got these. I don't know why for $1.50. I just thought they were so cute. I thought they might be fun to hang from like a necklace as a charm or a bracelet. I'm attracted to bright colors, as you might have noticed, whether it's in fabric or toys. So maybe use as charms. I got these because I thought they would be fun to paint. I think they look super ugly right now. They're 75 cents a piece, so not a big investment. But I have a lot of little kind of dolls, animals, of course. Like, here's my Snoopy. This is an antique by now, I think. If not, it's at least vintage because it's from the 70s. I got it when I was a kid and I still have it, and it's filthy, but I still love him. So that'd be a really good chair for him. I have a few little chairs like that around my craft room, like hanging on the wall, where these guys sit. So yeah, one of those will be for Snoopy, and then I'm not sure who gets the other one, but I thought they would be fun to paint. I'll probably make a video of that. So that's those. So I think that's about it from the thrift store. Then I can tell you, so that was like on my way up to the retreat. And oh, there's one more thing I forgot. Can't forget these. A bag of Jenga blocks for $1.50. All these blocks. And what I'm going to do with these is this. I got one of them done. I've been wanting to make some kind of a fabric covered pendant that you can hang from a necklace. And, you know, I've seen lots of videos where people make little bags or brooches, but I haven't seen a lot of pendants that are something fabric covered. And that was kind of stuck in my mind for a while. So I bought these with the intention of covering them, making a little fabric collage, and I brought my Mod Podge with me because I wasn't sure if I was going to glue the fabric on or just how I was going to attach it. And with this one, I actually did sew that side, which doesn't look super great. This side I sewed and I used Mod Podge, and it's really stiff just right there in that one spot. I'm not sure. I think I would rather sew it. I like that idea better. As you can see, I pieced these together, all these little scraps of fabric, instead of having raw edges, except for that one. I did leave that raw edge, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that that look of just the whip stitch on the fuzzy edge. So I'm gonna try doing it with just piecing it without, you know, seaming it. Like I use the sewing machine to piece this one together. But I have a whole bunch of these hexies, and I was originally going to use these, and I like traced a block and measured it out, and it will wrap around one of these just fine. It's plenty of fabric. So I could do that. Whoops. I would have to cover like that edge and this area too, go a little off the fabric. But I mean, that's one option. If I want to just collage the pieces, do a bunch of free motion embroidery with the machine, or by hand, I could just, you know, do more of a cantha stitch across it like this, to get it all set, so it would stay down. So that's another idea. I didn't end up doing it on this one, but I'm going to try it. See, I tried with just this little piece to see how it would work. I put some Heat and Bond Light on the back of this, or I think this was left over from my Pirate Girl patch. You can see the Heat and Bond Light on the edge there. And then I just blanket stitched just to see how it would go, and to see like how easy it was to stitch through the Heat and Bond Light, which it was very easy. So that's one idea. I have a bazillion of those hexies from some purchase, and I actually have these too, which I did use. Yeah, that piece is from one of those green hexies, so I'm using those as scraps. I have a lot of fabric scraps, so I spent a few hours, I think, pretty much the whole day, one day when I was at retreat, putting together pieces that will fit all the way around. So I kind of measured, you know, roughly, I don't even know how big these are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, about 4 by 4. They're not all exactly that size, but close. So this is the stack of ones that I got finished that are big enough to go all the way around a block. And then I still have all of these bits, which are from previous sessions where I was stitching together scraps and having fun making these strips. So I have a bunch of those to play with still, besides all the loose scraps that I have. So I'll just show you these ones, what I got done. They're all very multicolored. I really like that, that look. So I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to which colors, you know, were going with what. It was just more of get as many different fabrics in the piece as you can, because I like to have many colors. I think I've got like a dozen of these, and obviously I have more than a dozen Jenga blocks. I don't know how many comes in a set, but I will definitely be making more of these. And this was a super fun way to spend a day, just sewing together scraps. It was really fun. That one's got a lot in it. I like that. And that one looks like even more. Okay, so those are the ones that are ready to wrap, and I'll probably video my process so you can see, you know, how I do it in real time. So that is all the ones that I still have pieces to play with. Lots. Aren't those yummy? I just love them. Okay. So next, just put that there. Oh yeah, and I was going to tell you the, you know, the stuff that I attached to it, what I embellished it with. You can see I got some beads here, a little butterfly button, another button, and I added some just little seed beads. This is a charm, some kind of Roman money. Napoleon, okay, it's Napoleon money, and a tiny jingle bell. And then I did the stitching here, and I did all of this before I wrapped the block. I think, you know, you could do some of it after. Oh, and I did a little machine stitching too, just some random stitching, just to see how it would look. That's hand stitching. You can see that? Yeah. Then the whip stitch on the edge. So yeah, just a few different ways, well, several different ways of embellishing it. And what I'm going to do to make it a pendant is put a little eye hook in the top here, screw it in into the wood, and then just thread some kind of material to make a necklace. You know, I've got cording, I've got plenty of ribbon I could use. Yeah, so there's lots of options. And what I want to do is make a whole bunch of these and then put them in my Etsy store. So when I get a bunch done, I think I will do a video, show them, and, you know, give you the link to my Etsy store. So that is that. Next. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is a bag I've been working on crocheting. Now this project is not my design. It's something I saw from another YouTuber. Oh, where does she live? I want to say Iceland, but I'm not positive. Her name is Tula. She has some amazing crochet videos doing all kinds of colorful designs. And so what she did was she crocheted a bag, and the crochet work, all she used with it was a plain zipper. What I've done is used a, you know, prepared bag, just a plain canvas bag, and I am crocheting over it, so that, because I wanted a lining, I didn't want to just have the yarn be the inside. I was afraid it would be too easily caught on stuff that you would put in the bag, or that I would put in the bag. So that's why I used a bag, and it's working really well. It looks like it's going to be a little bigger than the canvas bag, but that's okay. You know, it's smaller on the inside, kind of the opposite of the TARDIS. This is my first one, so, you know, hopefully I'll figure out why it's bigger. If it is a lot bigger, I'm not sure. We'll see. Because when I get like just past the bottom of the canvas, then I just crochet the two sides together and it's done. And this looks really complicated, but it's not. It's actually very easy, the pattern. But the first thing you do, I mean, I won't show you all of, I'm not going to do a tutorial because it's not mine. Somebody else designed it. Tula designed it. So I will put a link in my description box so that you can go look at her video if you want to. But basically what you do is you start with embroidering a chain all the way around the zipper, and then from that chain you start crocheting. You crochet into that chain, and these bumps are made I can just show you. They're only like 5 stitches apart, so 5 or 6 stitches apart, each one of them, so it won't take me that long to show you one. So here's the size hook I'm using, 3 1/4 millimeters, also known as a D or a D3. I just go by the millimeter because it seems like everybody has different letters for different sizes. Whoops, sorry about that. And then the yarn I'm using is this, oh, actually these are, okay, I have 2 different kinds. Patton's Grace, it's all cotton. And that was the big thing she said about selecting the yarn. You want it to be 100% cotton so it doesn't stretch, which makes sense for a bag. You wanted to keep its shape. So what size hook do they recommend? Oh, they recommend 3 3/4, 3.75 millimeters. But I went by her recommendation of the size of yarn and the size of hook. And actually she said a 3, but it turns out I don't have a 3. Either that or it's sitting in a project somewhere because I could not find a 3 in my crochet hooks. So I use that size of hook. And another cool thing about this pattern, there's my balls of yarn, is that you do not have a bunch of tails to work in at the end. Because it goes in the round, you basically just switch every round. After every round, you switch to the other yarn that is sitting here at the beginning of the round, waiting for you. So at the end, I'll just have 1 tail to weave in. Isn't that cool? Okay, so most of this is just single crochet. I don't know if I can crochet standing up. Let's find out. And you just go into the back loop. This is going to be super awkward. So crochet into the back loop until you get to the previous round's vertical design feature. So this is part of what makes the design, is only crocheting into the back loop. It creates this this line from the front loops that are still left intact there. So I do the stitch that has this vertical long stitch, and then the one after that, instead of going into this back loop, I'm going to go down 1 row and go into that line, which is actually the front loop of the previous row. And it is the same color, you know, because you're doing every other row the same color. So if I can get it in there, there we go. Oh, whoops. And I forgot to say this is a double crochet in US. In UK terms, I think it's a treble. So you do that, and voila, you've got your nice tall stitch, and you're continuing the design. Ooh, and I forgot that one, so I have to go back and do that. But it's pretty easy to see immediately when you make a mistake. When I miss one of the tall stitches, I usually see it within, you know, 10 stitches. So I'll just go back to that one. I'll just fix it. Do the double crochet. Come on, you. And as you can see, well, no, maybe you can't see in the camera. I gotta move them over. But I have big plans of making a bunch of these because I love the design. She's got some other ones that are similar to this one. This one's called Apache Tears, I think. And she goes through the entire bag in her video. So shows you every round, what you do. I'll just stop there for now. And you can either follow along with her, or you can go to her Etsy store and buy a PDF of not just this pattern, but I think it comes with one or two other patterns too. So that's the bag that I'm working on that's almost done. I've been working on it while I'm watching movies and, you know, sitting in front of the TV. Here we go. These are the other colors I have. And a few more. So I got these this time. And last time I was at a retreat, which was back in May, I bought the original colors that I'm using in that bag, plus 2 or 3 other ones, I think. So I wanted to be able to do a rainbow. So I think on the next bag I'm going to do more than 2 colors. I think in Tula's bag that she makes on camera, she has like a different color almost every round. And she does kind of an ombre fade with several different colors. It's kind of neat. So you got to go look at her video if you're interested in that. And where did I get these, you ask? I did not get these at the thrift store. I got these at this super cool little store. Well, it's not so little, actually. It's pretty big. It's called Mud Hut. And it is in Frederick, Wisconsin, if you're anywhere near there. That's where my retreat place is. And I've gone there just a couple times now, and she has some of the coolest stuff, and she's got stuff for like every craft. She's got a whole bunch of scrapbooking stuff, including rubber stamps. So I got these 2 rubber stamps. I just thought they were cute and unique. I've never seen any like this. So I got those, and that's where I got the yarn. So she has yarn, a lot of yarn. She has like a whole section of wool and not wool, meaning alternative to wool. If you wanted to make wool socks, but somebody's allergic to wool, she's got whatever that's made out of, I don't remember. Something that's not wool. And then she has a whole room that's just acrylics, and she really goes in for color. So I love to look at her yarn. It just gives me lots of fun ideas. So I got those. She also has fabric remnants. So of course I got that. So here's one that is leather, or no, suede. I think it's suede. Let's get some scissors here. Yeah, so it's suede. It's obviously from some other piece, maybe a jacket. But I thought it'd be really fun for making fringe, because I have plans to make purses, and that would be a fun thing to put fringe on them. Yeah, so that one caught my eye. And I still have plans to make a knit shirt, and I loved this fabric, which is knit. I'm not sure how, yeah, it's really stretchy. Okay. Yeah, I thought that would work fun for just like a short sleeve shirt. I have a couple of really simple patterns that I have not tackled yet. I've started on one and then gave up. I'm not confident in my clothes making skills, my garment making skills, so I do need help, and somebody has offered to help me. I just haven't taken them up on it yet. So then I found some cotton. Love that, the polka dots. This, I think this is, yeah, this is cotton too. Lovely little flowers. Orange. Goldish, bright. That reminds me of marigold, that color. fox faces, or maybe they're squirrels. I don't know. What do you think? I think they look more like squirrels. Let's see what else. Oh, I have some other cotton that I did not buy at Mud Hut, but at the retreat, somebody, I don't know who, but because we had like 40 people there at this retreat, and I don't know all of them. They're kind of a mix of everyone that comes there for other retreats. It's their annual craft retreat. It could be any craft. So some people were doing scrapbooking, some were sewing like me, you know, just a whole bunch of different things that people were doing. So somebody left these fabrics out saying, I don't want them, you can take them. And nobody else took them for a couple days. And so I finally looked through them and I thought, yeah, I took all of them, at least all the ones that were left. Maybe somebody took some more before me, but I thought they were all usable. Love the sunflowers. That would be really fun to do thread painting on. Of course, I could not resist the little chicks. This is what caught my eye first, actually. This was on the top of the pile, and I thought it was super cute. Some Disney princesses, which I have to admit are not big in this household. Yeah, my son's not interested in Disney princesses, as you might imagine. But I don't know. I can find some use for them. And then this one has got like a little cabin. I guess it's got a couple different cabins, but it's kind of got that snowy cabin in the woods feel. Oh, and there's a church with the steeple. And you can see the snow on the house. So yeah, that's a nice, just red and white. Now this one, boy, when I look at that compared to that white, this looks more like pink. It's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of got a pink tinge to it. I don't know. It's not everywhere. It's weird. Okay, anyway, branches. Seagulls. This is probably my least favorite, but you know, it's beige, so it doesn't excite me. But I might find some use for it. Okay, and I think that was it for those. And then I found some upholstery. Now this I could not resist because it's buttons. I don't really like the buckle, but I love the buttons. And it actually has a finished edge around it. I'm not sure how big it is, but you can kind of see. I could definitely make an envelope purse or something like that out of it. Probably a couple of them. But I love upholstery like this. It can be really gorgeous. Okay, and then this one was my favorite. I was like looking around when I found it, like, oh my God, is somebody else gonna take this? I couldn't believe nobody had snagged it yet. It's so beautiful. Just the colors. Wow. So there's several pieces of it. Big pieces. I'm not sure. Maybe it was for a couch. I don't know. There's no finished edges. And she charged not $55. I don't know what. We couldn't figure out what that tag was for. But she basically charged $4.99 a yard, no matter what the fabric was, which was such a good deal. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet with all of this. I will definitely make a purse, probably some other kind of bag, but there's tons of it, so I can do a lot with it, which is very exciting. So I love that. Oh, and there was, oops, I missed a couple other fabrics. Okay, that one, which I cut off a piece of and didn't use, that was with the person's fabrics that they were giving them away. And then these two were from Mud Hut. cute little animals on that one. I thought those would be super fun to cut out and use as fun details on something else. And this one is just animal heads. It looks like cats. Well, there's a monkey. Lions, tigers, and not bears, but monkeys. So those were from Mud Hut, and I mean, $1.79 for a fat quarter. That was a really good price. Is there anything else? I think that's about it. Let's see. As far as stuff that I worked on at the retreat, you know, I did the crochet bag. I started another crochet project, but it's not going well. I have to start it over because I don't think I understood the pattern right. So I won't show you that. But yeah, then the piece together fabric, my fabric scrap project for these Jenga blocks to make them into necklaces. And I actually did bring these because I didn't know I was going to find the Jenga blocks. But I had these already, these little wood squares, rectangles with the pre-drilled hole. So I was going to try Mod Podging, you know, like a fabric collage on those. And I still think I'm going to do that. Probably both sides. Yeah, that would be a really lightweight pendant. Maybe I could like glue two together. That might work better. Give it a little more weight. Yeah, that'd be fun. So I still have plans for that. Try to use the stuff I have, but you know, I haven't thrift shopped in a while, and that was really fun to find that stuff. And the stuff at Mud Hut. Plus, you know, I was patronizing the local stores by going into Mud Hut. I like to support them when I'm there in town. So I think that's about it that I have for you this time. So we went through my projects at the retreat, my thrift store purchases, my Mud Hut purchases in Frederick, Wisconsin. If you're ever there, gotta go check it out. And that's it for this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you soon. Bye!